Welcome back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T92 HMC. It's the Tier 10 American SPG. This one's located on the northeast spawn of Live Oaks, and it's under the command of Photobomber of FUN2. Now, the last time we saw Photobomber, he had an absolutely fantastic game in the Object 261 on El Haloof. If you haven't caught the video, do check it out, because he really did do very, very well indeed. Now, you're looking at the biggest howitzer in the game. I say howitzer, not a gun, because it is a howitzer. It's capable of doing 1100 alpha, and it'll penetrate 60 millimeters of armor, and it's got a considerable burst radius as well. Now, it is a 24 centimeter howitzer, and the reload time by the book is 46.98 seconds. You can see that Photobomber's got it down to 38.05 because, of course, he's been practicing a lot and he's got a really good crew. Now, you may have noticed there's been a few adjustments on the mods, because I've actually had to try and recover the aim timer and all the other bits and bobs that go with it. We're fully dialed in. We're going to cover the railway line. Got a 60 TP just come into sight. Okay, we're lining up the shot, working out where he's going. Rounds out. This should be right. It hits the rear of the 60 TP for 323 hit points. Now, with the extra HE, which he has got 6 rounds of, he can do 1,420 hit points of damage, and he's got a 75 millimeter penetration. But of course, as you know, with the extra HE, you don't get any stun, and with no stun, that means that you're going to miss out on stun assist unless you can do a lot more damage. Okay, he's almost reloaded. He's trying to work out where the enemy's crossing, but he decides not to shoot, to hold on to his shell and change position. Now, you notice how he's very carefully moving about without actually knocking anything over or giving away his position, other than that that he has to do in order to get through fences and the like. Changing his position like this is actually a good move, because if you notice, the teammates have not gone down the railway line, and that means the enemy is going to get rather close. They've got the gap, the bridge area, and so they're going to get a bit closer, so he needs to open the range between him and the enemy, and the best way to do that is to head towards the town and shoot from there, because that introduces a bit more range, and of course it gives his teammates some chance to engage the enemy with the Arty support. We've got a large group of teammates over there, and he's going to shoot over the top of that barn. Okay, we're lined up and ready. Fully dialed in now. There's the enemy. 60 TPs in sight. Lines up, rounds out, and... well, it's splashed this time. Only 188. And he's getting stun assist as well. So at least he's benefiting from that. Now, there is an RT on the enemy team. They've got a Object 261 and a T92 HMC. On our team, we've got 2 T92 HMCs. Okay, the 60 TP just received the other shell. Our teammate in the other T92 is actually over by the railway line, by the station. We're almost loaded. And a couple of enemy tanks come into sight. A 60 TP and a Cranvan. Because we get a shot here. He needs to lead that a little bit more, but he's working out how far away they are before he shoots. Lined up. Oh, he stopped. But we still picked up some damage and some stun assist. He took a lot of damage, that guy. No, I think he did fire at our teammate, though. Okay, so he's lost his stun. And that 60 TP, the other one, is taking considerable damage. Both of those are badly damaged. Now, I don't know if you've noticed it on the mini-map, but there's a leopard threatening the field near our cap area. We're lined up, ready to go on the 60 TP. Rounds out. Direct hit. 264 hit points of damage. And there's the other Arty firing in. 50 E50M or E50M. See what he can do. I don't think those guys are loaded yet, but obviously he's taking the chance. Cranvon, that would be a good target. Low on armor on the actual hull. The turret's strong, but of course if you can hit it on the side, it's very weak. Okay, he's loaded, ready to go. He's got the side of the 60 TP, aims for the side, gets a direct hit, 389, 2 critical hits. I think he tracked the guy. And he is taking fire, but he's bouncing it at the moment. The E50M should be able to get some spots for us. He's pulling back. He's testing the water, so to speak, at the moment, trying to keep sight of them. And there's the 60 TP. He's very low on hit points now. A splash kill. If Photobomber can put a round near him. Oh, the other T92 got him. And that 60 TP's gone down as well. So that's 2 enemies all out on the railway line. Let's see if we can do the Cranvon. Lines up ahead of his path, working out where he's going to go back. Fires the round in. Oh, we got a direct hit! He correctly worked it out. You see, that's what Arty players do. They have to work out in advance. Because of the flight time of the shell, it takes some time for the shell to reach there. So you have to work out how far the enemy tank is going to go back so you can put the shell in at a particular point and they just walk into the shell. A lot of Arty players, when they start out, will try and chase the target, and that sometimes doesn't work out so well because when you're chasing the target, you're constantly adjusting and you're never fully dialed in. But if you dial in on a spot where you think the enemy's going, just like that, just like he hit the leopard, and he got 505 hit points of damage and 96 of stun assist as the guy was taken out. So you see, that's how it's done. Photobomber knows how to do it. It's about interpreting or working out what the enemy's going to do so that you can anticipate their move and land the shell exactly where you need to get the most damage. So it's worked out very well, actually, moving to this position. Okay. He's looking in the dip now. There's a Heshbon. The FV4005, stage 2. Rounds out. He was taking a blind shot, mainly on the view that that Heshbon probably not going to move too far away because it's fairly slow. Bit sluggish, that vehicle. And the enemy's definitely pulled back, all the way back on the railway. I think they're anticipating we're going to push in the town area and head south. Okay, there's another Heshbon by the railway. Now he's trying to shoot across the railway line at our guys coming in from the town. We're fully dialed in, ready to go. We just need a shell. Rounds out straight away. It lands next to the Heshbon. That was RNG, I'm afraid, said no on that occasion. You're not going to get a direct hit. It's going to go one side, but oh my gum, he got that. The Heshbon died to a shot from the E5, and that means that that Photobomber might have picked up some stun assist off that. We're now looking at the Death Star in the enemy team, the FV215B183. He's just the other side of that hill, blocking our guys from coming across. Got our Leopard close enough to get proximity spots. So long as he can keep that guy in sight, then both Artys can have a go at him. It looks like the other Arty on our team has actually received counter-battery fire. That was close. Not close enough to actually do major damage. The reason I say that T92's probably taken damage is because he's missing his health circle, which means that the enemy probably located where he was, and he's had to change position. In fact, now he's sitting behind that water tower, or the there's a tower just next to the railway station line to try and block the enemy shots. Okay, there's the Death Star. He's loaded. Rounds out. Unfortunately, that one hit the wrong side of the hill, and the Death Star has not been injured at all. Keeps adjusting. Our guys are now moving down the railway line. So very soon we are going to get spots on some of these tanks from those guys. And yes, one of the enemy tanks has come into sight way down on the other side of the field. And it looks like the enemy Arty is targeting our guys advancing in that direction. Meanwhile, Photobomber is focusing on these guys. The enemy just lost their Leopard 1. There's the Death Star. Now, can we get a shot? He's searching for a solution. Fires the round in. Yes, he does get it this time. 447. Now, he's firing the non-stun HE at the moment, but the Death Star is now taking fire. And we're now aiming for the cram barn. Unfortunately, we just lost the 260. But the enemy Hesh barn has been located at the back. Now, we're going to switch back to the cram barn because we're still not loaded. Cram barn's closer. But our guys are now moving south and they're coming in from the railway line at the same time. So it's very important to get these tanks in the dip because they're very difficult to see, but they can do a lot of damage. The cram barn's going to be the first to be spotted. The Leopard's getting close. Oh, he's not the first. The Hesh barn tried to pop up and take a shot. And now Photobomber can punish him for that. Rounds out. Yep, nice shot. 463. The cram barn's just gone down. There's only 3 enemy left. And the Hesh barn is gone. Okay, so there's only 2 enemies left, the Object 261 and the Leopard 1. The 261 just got taken out. The Leopard 1 is in the forest or the woods at the back of the cap area. And he's just been taken out, so that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats. That was an ace tanker game from Photobomber in the T92 HMC. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11 in that game. And he also got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate from that game was 3,099. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game, but he came very close to it because the highest damage actually turned out to be the FV215B. Yes, I had to look there to check. 3,980 hit points of damage went to him. 3,975 went to the Leopard 1. And 3,967, would you believe it, went to Photobomber. So he was within 13 hit points of the leader on that game, and the enemy Leopard 1 managed to get just 5 points less than the Death Star. Would you believe that one? Anyway, the next one, when it came to kills, was, yep, the other T92 HMC on our team. He got 4 kills in the game, and next is 2 kills went to the Progetto 65, the E5, and the Gorilla 15. And we can see Photobomb didn't get any kills, but he did get a lot of damage in the game. And nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. When it came to base XP, it's the E50M or E50M. Managed 930 base experience points. 917 went to the T110 E5. And then we got Photobomb with 912. He fired 13 rounds, a decent amount of ammunition. 7 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but he did get 13 splash. Damage of 3,967 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but there's the Confederate. And 2,720 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns, and there's the ace tanker. Now, he earned a profit on this game on a premium count, got 21,639 credits. He also picked up 7 bonds because it was a tier 10 game. And he also got 4,788 experience points altogether. So a very good game. He says size does matter. Yes, it does sometimes. Yes, very much so. You hit them with a very big stick and they will soon notice it. And depending on which shell you actually use, if you're very accurate like Photobomber, you can get a lot of damage. And if you saw that previous replay with the Object 261, well, I won't spoil it for you, but he did have a lot of fun in that game as well on the same basis. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.